The Baba Ghoulie Show is brought to you by OTR Halloween Holidays.
Hello? Hello? Oh, there you are. I was afraid for a moment that you had forgotten our appointment. Why, you almost scared me to death. And that won't do after all the pains I've taken to scare you. You remember me, don't you? I'm your host on behalf of the makers of Carter's Pills. And you're to be my guest tonight in the mysterious circle of the inner sanctum. Come in, friends, won't you? Thank you. Take that chair by the fire. Good. And you'll become accustomed to the dim lights in a moment. Don't get too comfortable, because we'll have you out of that chair with thrills and chills, shivers and quivers. You're on our side, aren't you? You'd better be. But don't worry. Instead of the arch criminals haunting us, we're going to haunt them. We're going to scare the daylights out of them. Yes. Welcome, then, friends. Welcome to the mysterious circle of the inner sanctum. And listen to as weird and strange a tale as ever was told. The amazing death of Mrs. Putnam. The night is dismal. A light shines uncertainly in the room of a large, gloomy mansion. Suddenly, a sobbing, hysterical woman slams the door shut, rushes to the telephone.
Get the police, quick. The police. Quiet, Wolf. Oh, hurry. Please, hurry. Hello?
Hello? Police department?
This is Mrs. Putnam. You've got to save me from them. They'll kill me.
Put that telephone down.
Help! They're going to kill me. I'm being murdered.
Where are you? Who
Oh, they're
are you?
killing me. Help!
Hello?
Hello, operator. This is Jeff Hansen, police headquarters. Trace the call that just came through to us. Hurry.
That's funny, Jeff.
Did you hear what I heard, Porky?
I sure did, unless we're both having the same dream.
Hold it, Porky. Yes? Yes, operator. Hansen, Jeff Hansen. You have? That's swell. Write this down, Porky.
Yes, sure.
Yes? The Putnam House, Maple Street. Thank you very much.
The Putnam House?
Yeah.
Say, that's the first time in centuries we've heard that name in the police department.
Come on, Porky. Someone in that house is in great danger. We've got to get there, and quickly. But you put all the way down on the gas.
Oh, what's all the excitement, Jeff? It's just another murder case or something. We get 'em wholesale.
Maybe you're right, Porky.
You're too jumpy lately, Jeff. What's the matter with you?
Oh, nothing. Just on edge.
You ought to get married. Then you'd have so many other troubles you wouldn't have time to think of yourself. You know, everybody should get married. At least once.
Especially you, Porky.
Oh, I'd get married tomorrow if I knew a girl who'd love me for myself alone.
Keep your eyes on the road, Miss Advice to the Lovelorn.
All right. I forgive you for the crack. Now, look, Jeff. You and me is a great detective. Only you can solve everything but the mysteries of the heart. So what does nature do? Nature endows me with the wisdom which you ain't got in that department. Ain't nature wonderful? Sending me to straighten out your amours. Now, first of all, you gotta learn to treat love light.
This is Maple Street, Porky.
Oh, okay. I'll take up the lessons in love where I left off later.
Pull up, Miss Lovelorn. Here we are. Let's go.
Right, Jeff. It's a pretty old house. Ain't exactly a haunted place, but a ghost could feel at home here.
No, Miss Silly, this house is fairly modern. What are you muttering about?
I'm counting the stairs. Didn't you teach me to observe everything? 7, 8, 10.
Now remember, keep your eyes open and your mouth shut.
You know how reliable I am, Jeff.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
We're from police headquarters.
One moment, please. You can't come in like that.
It's all right, Williamson.
Yes, Miss Lois.
Come in, please.
Thank you, miss. My name is Jeff Hansen. This is poor Ed Lamb, better known as Porky.
I'm Lois Putnam.
How you doing, Miss Putnam?
Did you say you were from police headquarters?
Yes?
That's odd. How did you find out so soon?
We had a telephone call.
From whom?
It was a woman. I believe she said her name was Putnam.
What? Oh, no. When did you get this call?
Only a few minutes ago. The woman screamed that she was being murdered. She cried out for help.
Oh, no. What in heaven's name are you talking about? My aunt is dead.
Dead?
Yes. She died 2 hours ago.
Her name was Mrs. Putnam?
Yes, Martha Putnam.
You say your aunt died 2 hours ago?
Yes.
But we received a phone call for help only 20 minutes ago.
But that's impossible. Are you sure the call came from here?
It was traced to your number. Besides, I believe the woman said her name was Mrs. Putnam. Isn't that right, Porky?
Hey, it sounded like it.
This is some idiot's idea of humor. The poor woman has been dead more than 2 hours.
Lois, you should rest. You haven't closed your eyes.
I will, Doctor. These men are from police headquarters.
Oh?
This is Dr. Holloway.
Doctor?
Detective Hansen, did you say?
Jeff Hansen. This is Ed Lamb.
Hi, Doc.
Were the police informed of your aunt's death, Lois?
They traced a strange phone call back to this house, Doctor. Somebody screamed for help.
From this house?
Yes.
Then why didn't we hear it?
Perhaps we made a mistake. However, we're forced to sort of look around. Please forgive us, Miss Putnam.
Do whatever you like.
Thank you.
Well, perhaps you'd better lie down, Lois.
I'll be all right, sir.
Porgy, I want you to make a thorough search of the house and don't let anything go unnoticed.
You betcha.
Oh, Doctor.
Yes. Be back in a moment, Lois. What is it?
If you don't mind, Doctor,
Do you wish to ask me questions?
Please.
Quite all right.
What caused Mrs. Putnam's death?
The causes of her death were quite natural. A blood clot lodged itself in the veins of her heart. You may have heard it called coronary thrombosis.
How many members are there in the family?
Well, there's Lois and Mrs. Putnam's brother. He's very ill, and his sight is failing.
Is there anyone else?
Yes, there's Joel Adams, the gardener. He lives in the back of the garden. He and the butler have been with Mrs. Putnam for years.
Would you mind, Doctor, if I looked at Mrs. Putnam?
If you wish, just follow me. A fascinating mystery, friends? A strange telephone call late at night. A woman screams for help, a dog barks, 2 shots ring out, and then the police dash to the house and find that the woman died of natural causes 2 hours earlier. Riddle me that, my friend. Oh, have no fear, for the day of ghost-like voices from the dead and the day of superstition is past. Or is it? We shall see. We shall see. This way, Mr. Hanson.
Thank you. Why do you keep this door locked?
Oh, simply to avoid any scenes. They're all so high-strung.
Oh. What's the matter with your hand, Doctor?
You mean this bandage?
Hurt yourself?
Well, just clumsiness. While cutting some gauze, I snipped my hand. It bled rather profusely.
I'm sorry for all this inconvenience, but in my business, it's wisest to check on everything.
I understand. You wish to examine the body more thoroughly?
No. No, I don't think so. She looks rather natural for a corpse. There we go.
Yes.
May I see the butler now?
Yes, this couple will bring him in just a few moments.
After I see him, I'd like to talk to the others, too.
Oh, you'll be tactful with Lois, won't you? She's quite broken up. She was attached to the old lady.
Of course.
Did you ring for me, Dr. Holloway?
Yes, Williamson. Detective Hanson wishes to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
And now, if you'll excuse me, I'll take a look at Lois.
Quite all right, Doctor?
Excuse me.
Your name is Williamson, I gathered.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been working for Mrs. Putnam?
32 years.
Long time, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
By the way, did you hear any odd noises or screaming this evening?
No, sir.
You did hear 2 shots, though, didn't you?
No, sir.
You're not frightened, are you, Williamson?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am. This house isn't what it seems on the outside.
Oh?
No, it's full of hatred. Everyone hated Mrs. Putnam, and she hated all of us. The Lord found vengeance. She didn't deserve to live. There wasn't a kind thought in her head.
Who killed her?
The devil took her.
Who fired those 2 shots?
Lightning struck twice.
Where is the dog?
In Hades with his mistress.
Don't think you're fooling me, Williamson, by avoiding my questions. Take me to Mr. Putnam's room.
Yes, sir. It's right here. He's very ill, though. Shall I knock?
No. No, you may go.
Yes, sir.
Who is it?
I'm sorry to intrude. Are you Mr. Putnam?
Who are you?
Detective Hanson, police headquarters.
Oh, the police, eh? What are you doing in my house?
I thought the house belonged to your sister.
It belongs to me now. What business is it of yours? Who else would she leave everything to?
Mr. Putnam, did anything unusual happen to your sister earlier this evening? I mean, has she been ill?
Cat was never ill in her life.
Would there be any reason for anyone murdering her?
Murder? I don't know. Maybe. She's hurt each and every one of us. She ruined Lois' life by sending her fiancé away many years ago. She made me into the wreck I am with her cruel tongue and her devilish disposition. She was responsible for the death of the gardener's wife long ago. Hasn't done a kind thing in her life. If she's been murdered, then I say good riddance.
Is it possible that all of you had given her cause to treat you that way?
Don't you dare say that. You stupid, foolish maniac. You didn't know her. How dare you? Get out of my room. Get out of my house. Get out of my...
I'm sorry, Mr. Putnam. I didn't mean to upset you. I'll go now.
Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Yes, Porky?
Hey, I've been looking for you.
Yes?
Yeah, I've been all over the house. I checked on everything. 15 rooms, 19 windows, 8 beds, 3 fireplaces, and 3 bathrooms.
And nothing looked suspicious?
No. You think maybe there is some mistake, Jeff?
I don't know. A phone call being traced here is absolute. They never make a mistake. But her voice and her death almost 2 hours before we got the call makes it strange. I must confess I'm stumped.
Did you talk to everyone?
I'd like to talk to the gardener, but right now we'll pretend that everything's all right, that we made a mistake. We'll drive away and then come back later.
You mean you really ain't thoroughly convinced?
That's right, Porky. I've got a hunch that we're up against a case that's stranger than any we've ever known or heard of. Get in the car, Porky, and don't look back.
Right, Jeff.
I don't want them to think that we're even slightly suspicious. They may be watching us from the window. Throw on your lights and get the car started.
Yep.
Porky.
What, Jeff?
Don't move. Just look over there.
Where?
Right straight in the beam of the light.
Well, I don't... Oh, you mean?
In the garden. That mound of earth.
It looks kind of fresh.
Right.
Holy Mazuma. You think maybe somebody's buried under there?
We'll soon find out. Drive the car down a few blocks. We'll come back on foot and very quietly.
Jumping catfish, Jeff.
Not so loud, Porky. Don't hit the rock. Just loosen it.
How much deeper are we going to dig, Jeff?
The earth is still soft. We haven't reached what we're after.
What are we after?
We'll know soon enough.
You think the old lady might be buried here and the body in the house of somebody else?
I don't know.
Hey, Jeff. Huh? Jeff, I hit something firm with my shovel. Feels like a body.
All right. Don't use the shovel anymore. We'll dig with our hands. Porky, you're right. It is a body.
Yeah, it feels like it's wrapped up in a rug of some kind.
All right. Get a grip on it. We'll pull it up.
Okay.
Let's go. It's the dog.
The dog we heard barking on the phone.
Then there were shots, and that woman's voice did come from this house. They killed the dog and the woman, too.
Are you completely mystified? Wondering about the strange death of Mrs. Putnam? And what will happen next? Well, there's no need to be frightened. We know how old-fashioned it is to stop like this suddenly and leave you in mid-air wondering about the outcome of the story. Oh, are you in mid-air? Good. But we assure you everything will come out all right. We won't let you down. And this is as good a time as any to remind you of someone else who won't let you down. The makers of Carter's Little Liver Pills. When you don't feel good, try Carter's Little Liver Pills. They do the work of calomel, but have no calomel in them, for they are simple pills made of vegetable drugs. They wake up the flow of one of our most vital digestive juices. When this vital juice flows at the rate of 2 pints a day, it helps to digest our food and bring back the glorious feeling that goes with regularity. Then most folks feel like happy days are here again. But be sure you get the genuine Carter's Little Liver Pills. Now let's solve tonight's inner sanctum mystery. Where were we? Oh, yes. Jeff and Porky had just unearthed the body of a dog.
The dog we heard barking on the phone.
Then there were shots, and that woman's voice did come from this house. They killed the dog and the woman, too.
Oh, I just swallowed a lump that had nails on it, Jeff.
Hey, Porky, down.
What's the idea? Throw me right into...
Shh. Someone came to the window.
Yeah, but you didn't have to throw me right into the grave.
Sorry. Here, I'll help you out. They've left the window. Now, look, you stay here, Porky. I'm going in to talk to the gardener. You watch the house. I'll be right back.
Hey, you ain't gonna leave me here with this dead dog, are you?
Shh, quiet.
What do you want?
I'm from police headquarters. You better let me in.
What do you want?
I want some information about that dog that was buried in your garden.
Oh, you're crazy.
Who buried it there?
There's no dog in my garden.
Was there a dog in the house?
I don't know.
You'd better answer my questions, Mr. Adams, unless you prefer going to jail.
I don't know anything.
Who killed Mrs. Putnam?
Everybody. Everybody hated her.
What do you mean by that?
Everyone in that house wanted her to die. Her brother cursed her. Williamson might have poisoned her.
What about you?
Me? I didn't hate her anymore. She promised to leave all her money to me.
Oh? Why?
Well, it was her only sign of repentance.
Why, no other reason?
None that might be your business.
Did you hear any shots from the house this evening?
I was away.
Jeff!
What is it, Porky?
Hey, come quick, Jeff.
What's happened?
I had a brainstorm. Hurry, Jeff, hurry, come on.
You'd better not leave your house, Mr. Adams.
I'll be here.
What's up, Porky?
The windows. Huh? While I'm out here watching the house, I casually count everything. The stairs again. I count the colored bricks and the large bricks, and then I count the windows. Count them, Jeff.
What are you driving at?
Count them. Come on, walk around the house. Count them.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 17, 19, 20. 20 windows. What? Great galloping ghost. 20 windows on the outside, and you said you counted...
19 on the inside.
That means that there's one window camouflaged on the inside. There must be a room within a room. Come on, Porky. We're going back inside that house. Only this time uninvited and unseen.
You think maybe the room is up around here, Jeff?
Just keep trying, Porky. Run your fingers over every inch of wall and furniture.
Yeah.
You got something?
Heart failure. I get a splinter in my finger. Why did I ever...
Shh, quiet, Porky. I think I've got it.
No kidding?
Sit over here. Have your gun ready? There's a little knob here in back of the bookcase. I think it will swing the bookcase open and lead us into another room. Here goes. Look out, Porky!
You've come to kill me, but I'll kill you first. I'll kill you if you come near me.
We haven't come to kill anyone. Who are you?
I'm Mrs. Putnam.
What? Mrs. Jeff, there's the ghost we needed to top off everything.
Light a match, Porky.
Oh, there's a candle over there, Jeff.
All right, light it and bring it over here.
Okay.
How do we know that you're telling the truth, that you are Mrs. Putnam?
Heaven knows I am. But I wish I was someone else. I've gone through so much.
If you are Mrs. Putnam, then who is the dead woman downstairs?
The dead woman?
Yes.
She's my cook. She took suddenly ill and died earlier this evening.
Your cook?
I can prove to you that I'm Mrs. Putnam.
How?
My signature. I signed a new will tonight. They forced me to will everything to them. Oh, you must believe me.
We'll check on that. Was there any shooting in the house this evening?
Yes. They shot my dog while the poor creature was trying to protect me. I called the police to help me. I thought they meant to kill me, but instead they brought me up here to face the living dead.
We're the police. If you are Mrs. Putnam, then we're here to help you.
Thank heaven you don't know how they tortured me to make me write a new will.
You say the new will leaves everything to them?
Yes.
In that event, it will be a simple matter to trap them and for you to prove yourself. Have you got the old will?
No, they destroyed it.
Well, it doesn't matter. You'll tell me the contents of the old will. They'll give themselves away when they hear it read. And now, Mrs. Putnam, about those who tortured you. Who are they? I'm grateful to all of you for not objecting to my presence at the reading of this will.
Well, having you here, Detective Hanson, is best for all of us. We're really obliged to you for your kindness.
Thank you, Miss Putnam. And now, if all of you don't mind, Dr. Holloway, Mr. Putnam, Williamson, Adams, I'll be brief. Oh, Porky, wheel Mr. Putnam's chair a little closer.
Right, Jeff.
I had the courts appoint me to see that this will is made valid and legal. Now, this is it. I, Martha Putnam, being of sound mind and body, do hereby bequeath my entire fortune and all my worldly goods to Joel Adams, my gardener.
Oh, no, you've made a mistake.
Careful, Lois. What did you say, Miss Putnam?
That isn't my aunt's last will.
Lois. No, I must confess, Miss Putnam, that isn't in your aunt's last will.
Then what do you mean by reading that? My aunt left everything to me.
Please, Lois.
You're right, Lois. I did. In the will you forced me to sign.
Mrs. Putnam. Don't move, Doctor.
Yes, Lois. I signed a will leaving everything to you. That's true. But only because you and your darling doctor forced me to. Oh, I never dreamed that my own flesh and blood would be that selfish.
Just a moment, Mrs. Putnam. The conspiracy to spirit you away and bury the cook in your place was entirely my idea. Don't blame Lois.
It was a clever plot, my friends, and it might have worked, but fortunately you made mistakes. By the way, Doctor, does that bandage on your hand cover a nasty bite you got while doing away with the dog?
Yes, it does. I confess to everything, Mr. Hanson, but Mrs. Putnam is as much to blame as anyone. Everyone who ever lived in this house hated her. With all the money you had, Mrs. Putnam, you never did one decent thing in your whole life. You distrusted everybody and hurt everybody. And so we plotted to get you out of the way. Fate was kind enough to provide us with your cook as the means. With your money, we could have gotten something out of life.
You'll get life now, all right, without her money.
You can relax now, friend. This story is over. But still another plot is being formed for our next session in the inner sanctum. Are we scared? Sure. But what of it? Isn't the villain a great deal more frightened than we? But thanks to clever sleuthing, everything will be solved. And there's one more mystery we may be able to solve for you quite easily. When you don't feel good, when you're low and irritable and the whole world looks black and uninviting, try Carter's Little Liver Pills. Don't give in to that depressed feeling that bogs you down. Go to your nearest drugstore right now and ask for genuine Carter's Little Liver Pills. Regular size, 25 cents. There now. We've closed the door to the inner sanctum for another week. Time to go. But spread the news to all arch criminals that we shall ride again in their pursuit next week. This is no laughing matter for them, my friend, so take your tongue out of your cheek. That's better. Remember, we'll expect you next week at this same time in the mysterious circle of the inner sanctum. Oh, by the way, you like good mystery stories, so be sure to read this month's Inner Sanctum mystery, The Case of the Solid Key, by Anthony Boucher. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
It's intermission time at the Baba Ghoulie Show. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for some hot popcorn? How's about your favorite soft drinks, which are sparkling cold? And there's all kinds of candy to tempt you. It's radio time, folks. Enjoy the rest of the program. Hope you're enjoying today's Baba Ghoulie Show by OTR Halloween Holidays. And remember, if your radio has a record player, check out Watchwaddle's Greatest Hits. Nothing like some good old-fashioned spoofs and gags. Available on 16-speed record. Each one comes with a 45 adapter. Hope you're enjoying today's radio program. When it's done, be sure to check out our channel over at Watchwaddle. Enjoy some tunes with a nice cold soda.
Wendy, you go outside and see that everything's locked up tonight. All right, Mr. Bradford.
Stay where you are and keep your trap shut.
Hello, Whitey. I thought you had 10 more years to serve.
Yeah. But I was so anxious to get square with you that I busted out. I could have knocked you off when I first come in, but I had to face the judge when he handed me my rap, and I want you to do the same.
You're crazy.
Maybe stir crazy. If I am, I got you to blame for it. I've been laying up there in a pen while the Black Raven's been doing pretty good for himself. We were partners when the dough was rolling in, but when the law cracks down, you don't know me from a yellow dog.
All of a sudden, you got too smart to take orders. When I saw what was coming, I protected myself. Why should I get into jam? Because you were a fool.
That's your story. It's the way it looks from where I stand. You double-crossed me so you could grab the works.
You could be wrong about that.
Yes. And I could be right. You weren't satisfied with a 50% cut. So now I'm going to give you a 100% payoff.
Andy, come here, quick. All right, go easy, man. Don't break his neck.
I wanted to make sure I had him.
No doubt about that.
He don't know his own strength.
We'll take him to my room. Bring him along. Put him in that chair.
What's the matter? Didn't he like the service?
He's suffering from rapid delusions aggravated by a moronic mentality.
Is that bad?
Might prove fatal.
I hope it ain't catching. Let up on me, Raven. I won't bother you no more.
I'm quite sure you won't bother me anymore.
What are you going to do with me?
You've still got another 10 years to serve. That'll keep you busy for a while.
Don't turn me in. I'll promise to leave the country and never come back.
I'd be a fool to take a chance on trusting you when I don't have to.
I'm told you can slip a hot guy across the Canadian border.
I don't think I know you.
I'm Mike Bardoni. You're the Black Raven. Now have that mug put my car away.
Andy? Oh, I'd like to dry up sometime tonight.
Maybe you'd like to see today's paper.
Register, please.
I don't think so. I'm in a hurry to get across the border.
It's liable to rain all night. You may as well be comfortable.
Well, maybe I'd better.
Mike Bordone, the big shot. In solid with the state organization. Taking the underground to Canada. What's the answer?
My racket's paying off big, so Tim Winfield decides to take over and make me an office boy. When I don't play that way, he tosses me to the coppers. I'll come back when the heat's off and settle with him.
Tim Winfield, huh? He's a bad man to fool with. Others have learned the hard way.
All right, so it won't be easy. You think I got where I did by being a cream puff? How about some grub? I didn't take time to stop and eat.
I'll see what I can do for you.
The bridge is washed out. You'll have to turn back.
Oh, dear. Are you sure I can't get through?
I just said the bridge was washed out. I'm sorry.
But just a minute, mister. Are you sure it's impossible to cross?
Listen, buddy, if it was possible to cross, you don't think I would be standing here?
Oh, no, of course not, mister. But how am I going to get over?
You are nuts.
But is there no other way? This is a matter of life and death.
Whose? Yours or mine?
Oh, please, now you're joking. There must be other roads.
Sure there is, but they're all washed out.
Well, have you any idea how long it'll be before the bridge will be fixed?
That just depends upon how long this storm is going to last. But if you must wait a while, there is a little shack down the road belonging to the highway police.
Oh, no. If I have to wait, I'd much rather take a room for the night, or until the storm subsides.
Well, then, turn back about a mile to a place called the Black Raven. They might be able to put you up.
Oh, thank you.
You are welcome. The bridge has been washed out. You'll have to turn back.
Do you have any idea how long it'll be before we can get through?
I'm afraid it won't be for some time.
Is there any other way across the border?
No, sir. All the other bridges have been washed out, too.
Do you know of any place around here that we can stay until the storm blows over?
Yeah, a mile back down the road is a place called the Black Raven. I'm sure you can get accommodations there for the night.
The Black Raven?
The Black Raven.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What are we going to do?
I don't know, darling. But we're not going to give up, even if your father's political influence did keep us from getting a marriage license in this state.
I wish we hadn't tried to elope.
Why, dear?
Father's a vindictive man, and I'm afraid he'll make trouble for you.
He has no political influence in Canada.
We're not in Canada yet.
No, but we will be. We'll manage somehow in the morning.
I hope so, before Father catches up with us.
Well, we'd better get out of here before this storm gets any worse.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Yeah? What for?
I just beg your pardon, that's all.
Don't bother me, screwball.
Are you the proprietor?
No. He's out in the kitchen scaring up something to eat.
Good evening. Did you want a room?
Yes, the highway bridge was washed out.
So I heard. Let me take these.
Oh, never mind. I'll carry these.
All right. This way, please. Your register, please. Going to Canada?
Yes, I thought I'd spend my vacation up there.
Excuse me.
Why don't you watch what you're doing?
Sorry, pal. I hope I didn't break your bottle of cologne.
I'll show you up your room. Oh, Andy, there's another car outside one's putting away.
Another one?
Oh, this keeps up, I'll never get dry. Will it only have the key to your car?
Oh, yes, of course.
You come with me. Nasty weather for traveling.
I'd consider that an understatement. The bridge is washed out, you know.
I know. Will you register, please?
Yes, thanks.
Miss Winfield. Any relation to Tim Winfield?
He's my father. Do you know him?
Known him by reputation. He's a very prominent man.
You see, we lack his blessing. That's why we're planning on being married across the border.
I can well understand that. I may as well take you all up at the same time.
Fine.
Oh, would you pardon me for just a moment? If you're ready, I'll have Andy take you on your way.
Oh, there's no hurry. I'll stick around for a while. I like it here.
Suit yourself. I'm sorry. This way, please. I'll be with you in a minute, Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
I hope you'll find this room comfortable, Miss Winfield.
It's very nice, thank you.
I can give you a room across the hall, Mr. Bentley.
Well, that'll be fine, thank you. I'll be with you in just a minute.
I'm terribly afraid.
Now, everything's going to be all right, darling. We'll cross the border and be married in spite of Mr. Winfield and all his henchmen. Remember, don't worry.
Thanks for following me up here, Tim.
I didn't follow you.
What you do means nothing to me.
I wouldn't be surprised if you changed your mind about that. I don't like to be kicked around.
You outgrow your hat, Mike. There's no one the organization can't get along without.
I'm glad to hear that, because they may have to get along without you.
Well, seldom I have such a distinguished guest as Mr. Winfield.
You know me?
I've had business with you, indirectly. You seem to have gotten wet.
Yeah, my car went into the ditch. Had to walk half a mile or so.
Oh, that's too bad. Put on this robe of mine, why don't you, while your coat dries.
Thanks. That may help me from catching cold. What business did you have with me indirectly?
I don't think you'll be interested in talking about that now. Excuse me while I get a jacket for myself.
There's another car out front, Mr. Oh, pardon me. I thought you was Mr. Bradford.
Andy, come here.
Mr. Bradford, there's another car out front.
Never mind about that. That prisoner escaped. You've got to search the house from top to bottom. You've got to find him.
Who searched for who? He may be dangerous.
He is very dangerous. That's why you must find him right away.
And that don't make me anxious to find him.
Where's Bentley? I've been trying to catch up with him.
I don't give information about my guests.
You know who I am. You better cooperate with me if you hope to stay in business. I warned you to stay away from my daughter, and you brought her here.
That's right. But as soon as we reach Canada, we're going to be married.
You'll never get to Canada.
Look here, Mr. Winfield. Lee and I love each other. Not even you can stop us. I could kill you for that.
A lot of people have felt that same way about me, but I'm still very much alive.
I hope for Lee's sake that you and I might someday be reconciled. But I won't take that, not even from her father.
You'll take more than that. I haven't even started on you. Lee isn't quite 21, and I'm going to have you prosecuted for kidnapping. I'll make sure you get the limit.
Andy, don't stand around there. Do what I told you.
Yes. Connect me with the headquarters of the state police. That's what I said, the state police.
What's going to happen? Why is Father calling the police?
He'd call out the Marines if he could to keep us from getting married.
Operator. Operator, are you asleep? This phone's dead. It's all right a minute ago.
You probably noticed there's a bad storm going on. Anything could happen.
Once more, I forbid you to marry this fellow, and I expect to be obeyed.
You've no right to allow a stubborn prejudice to interfere with my happiness.
I'll be the judge of that. We'll go to your room, and you'll stay there till I can take you home. You were a fool to think you could put anything over on me.
We'll see.
Keep your chin up. Race can't always be against you.
Thanks. Things look pretty black right now.
You dislike Alan because he had the courage to oppose you in politics.
I dislike him. That's enough.
Why should you care who I marry? You've never shown much affection for me, and you can hardly expect me to show much love for a father I can't even respect.
What do you mean by that?
Don't you suppose I can understand the dirty politics that's kept you in power? Do you think I'm such a fool as not to know where you get your money?
And I can also thank Bentley for turning you against your own father.
He had nothing to do with it. I knew about you before I met him.
Well, you better start to forget him, because you'll not see him anymore.
Someone tried to break into my room.
Man or a woman?
A man, I suppose. Why would a woman want to break into my room?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
This is no joking matter. My life may be in danger.
All right, all right. I'll go look under the bed for you.
Thank you.
Everything's all right here.
Someone tried to open that door.
That door's locked. Must have rattled in the wind.
I don't think so. It sounded exactly as if someone was trying to pick the locks.
It's just your imagination. You look very familiar to me. Where have I seen you before?
I'm sure we've never met before. I suppose I remind you of someone else.
I never forget a face. Something about you is impressed in my memory. Maybe it's the decorations. I got it. You're Horace Weatherby, the missing bank cashier. I've seen your picture in the papers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How much did you get away with?
I didn't get away with anything. I'm on my vacation, and I have a right to go where I like and do what I please.
How much did you get away with? I could find out for myself by opening that satchel.
No, wait a minute. I'll tell you. $50,000.
That's far from being peanuts. You better turn that money over to me.
No, I won't. This is my last and only chance to live, and I won't give it up. All my life, I've been nothing but an animated dadding machine. I wasn't supposed to have any feelings or emotions. They just wound me up once a week with that little salary check that was supposed to make me tick until the next Saturday. And traveling back and forth to work in that crowded subway with its smell of sweat and garlic, all I could think of was fresh air and the out of doors. I never planned to embezzle any money, but the chance just came one day, and I took it.
That money goes back where it belongs.
I can't give it back now that I've gone this far.
I've no desire to see you sent to prison. If I take that money back, you're free to do what you like. It's that or stand trial for embezzlement.
Take your foot out of that clothesline and you won't be attacked anymore.
Oh. Well, it could have been a fellow that tried to kill you. How was I to know?
You want the back stairs. I'm going to look around here for a while, and I'll meet you on the second floor. None of my business, but it might be a good idea if you were to keep out of sight for a while.
I'm not running away.
I found the dead man. I believe you stepped on him. In there.
He's dead. Something must have hit him a terrific blow on the head.
It gave me a funny feeling when I seen him laying there with your robe on. For a minute, I thought it was you.
Did you look around to see if anyone was hiding in the room?
No, sir. As soon as I seen that corpse, I left right now.
Let me out! Let me out of here!
You better stay here.
Somebody let me out! Somebody let me out of here! What happened? Why is everybody so excited?
Your father met with an accident.
Think that I...
Oh, no. No, you couldn't have.
Oh, dear, how awful. How'd it happen?
Evidently, someone didn't like him.
Oh.
Nobody upstairs. One of our guests seems to be missing.
Yeah. How about that fellow that's trying to register, John Smith?
Well, there's your murderer. Might be. Go and see if any of the cars are missing and make sure that none leave.
Yes.
Come on in and shut the door.
Where's that money?
Is that the $64 question?
Quit stalling. That little shrimp had 50 grand in his satchel, and Winfield took it away from him.
And then what?
Well, somebody's got that money now, and it could be you.
So you killed Winfield?
We won't worry about who killed Winfield. Where's that dough?
I don't know. Thank you for telling me about it.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe that young fella got himself a wedding present the hard way.
Anything's possible, but I don't believe that's the answer.
But where's that money now? It isn't a pigeon that could fly home by itself.
It's a wonder they wouldn't keep that cellar door locked before somebody breaks their neck.
What is it this time?
Someone down the cellar.
You probably heard a mouse.
I didn't hear nothing. I seen a shadow.
Plenty of shadows down there.
Yeah, but they stay put. They don't move around.
With your imagination, you could see the Statue of Liberty do a conga. Hi, hello, Sheriff. What brings you out on a night like this?
Phone operator said someone from here was trying to call the state police, and the phone went dead.
That's right, but he won't need them now.
No? Why not?
Because he's like the phone. Dead.
Yeah. Died kind of sudden, didn't he?
I think he was murdered.
Murdered? Well, you act like that's nothing to get excited about? Where's the body?
You'll have to go upstairs.
All right, lead the way. Don't any of you leave this room.
There he is.
Who is it?
Tim Winfield.
Tim Winfield? Why, he's one of the big men in the state. I've got to land someone for this murder.
That ought to be easy for a man of your ability.
Don't you worry about my ability. What do you know about this murder?
No more than you do at the moment.
Well, I'll decide about that later. Who found the body?
Andy. He was looking for an escaped convict.
So you think you can explain this murder by pulling an imaginary convict out of a hat, do you? Oh, I thought you could do better than that. Let's go downstairs. I want to talk to Andy before I do any more investigating. Did you find the body, Andy?
Uh-huh.
You sure he was dead when you found him?
Well, he didn't say whether he was or not, and I didn't stop to ask no questions. Hey, you ain't thinking maybe I done it?
Never mind what I'm thinking. You answer my question.
Well, I didn't have no reason to kill nobody, but he did, to keep himself from being arrested for kidnapping. They had a fight right here in this here room, and I heard him say he could kill the other fella.
So you had a fight with the court, huh?
My father objected to Alan and I being married. That was all.
Let him answer my question. And I'm warning you, whatever you say can be used against you. Where were you when the murder was committed?
Right here in this room.
Who was with you?
No one. I was alone.
Well, that's not much of an alibi. And the corpse was trying to call the state police to have you arrested for kidnapping. Well, you can't beat that for a motive. I guess we can call this crime solved without much trouble.
You're more stupid than usual, Sheriff. That boy isn't a murderer.
Maybe you're mixed up in this, too. I've had my suspicion about your business here at the tavern for a long while.
Yes, I noticed that. It's been very amusing.
Yeah, well, maybe it won't be so funny one of these days. You come with me while I finish looking around upstairs. You better stay here, now.
No, I'm going with you.
Don't stand there and argue. Come on.
It's too bad you weren't born without a tongue instead of without a brain.
Well, I didn't want him to think I done it.
All right, he doesn't think you've done it, so get out.
Yes.
You're not planning on having John Law get me out of your way, are you?
You're not in my way. I'm not going to have that boy take a rap for a murder he didn't commit.
Oh, the Raven's turned soft all of a sudden. He just wants to get the kid out of a jam. He's not a bit interested in the 50 grand.
Believe it or not, that's the way it is.
I don't believe it. That dough's around here someplace and nobody elbows me out of the way.
I beg your pardon. What's the idea of pushing me down the stairs? I really didn't push you.
Well, maybe it was an accident. What do you want anyhow?
You have the keys to my car. Will you give them to me, please?
No. Mr. Bradford says no one's to leave here.
But the sheriff has the murderer. There's no longer any need for the rest of us to remain.
Mr. Bradford says no one leaves, and no one leaves till he tells me different.
But I'm afraid to stay here. I know there's going to be more violence, and my nerves can't stand that sort of thing.
Ain't no use arguing. If I can stand it, you can. Come on, get out.
What did you hit him with? You'd better confess. It'll save me the trouble of looking for the murder weapon, and it'll be easier on you.
I've nothing to confess.
He couldn't do a thing like that, Sheriff. You must believe me.
Lady, you've got to cooperate with the law or keep quiet.
If you would allow anyone to cooperate, you might not make such a fool of yourself.
When I want your advice, I'll ask for it.
You're going to have my advice whether you want it or not. You're trying to pin a murder on the wrong man.
You said that sure he's innocent. Maybe you're guilty.
Maybe I am. You don't know that I'm not.
Are you confessing to the murder?
Certainly not. I'm merely trying to point out that you don't know who's guilty.
Now, you're just trying to confuse me, that's all. He's guilty, and I'll have no trouble to convict him.
Come on, get in there. You know better than I am.
No, you stand. Where did Winfield go when he took that money away from you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Quit stalling. I heard the whole thing. Maybe Winfield hid that money someplace. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Hey, did you kill Winfield?
Don't say a thing like that again. Somebody might think you meant it.
Now, why don't you confess and take life instead of the chair?
I tell you, I've nothing to confess.
Oh, now, you're just being foolish, that's all. You can't beat this case. Tim Winfield's got a lot of important friends, and they'll make it their business to see that you're convicted.
Run out, run! Turn me! All of you! you done that on purpose?
I'm terribly sorry. I hope you didn't hurt yourself.
Come here. Down.
I'm sorry he made that break. It makes it look worse for him.
It's his only chance. That crooked political bunch would be only too glad to railroad him, to get him out of the way.
Yes, that's true enough. We've got to find the murderer. You wait in your room till I see what can be done.
Try to make another break. Stop, or I'll shoot!
I thought so, too. Guess it must have been the thunder.
It wasn't thunder. I was standing by the window and I saw the gun flash. I'm afraid Alan's been hurt.
Now, don't you be frightened. He had plenty of time to get away.
He might have tried to come back on my account.
Don't worry about something that probably never happened.
Why did that copper come downstairs and go on about his business? I really don't know. Maybe the Raven is cooking up something with him to put the skids under me. Mugs bother me. Maybe one of you knows where that money is. Anyway, I'm not giving you a chance to scram with that dough while my back's turned. But I assure you... Never mind about that. I'll see that you stay put. Come on, start moving.
I don't like it down there.
Neither do I.
Who asked you what you like? Get down there.
I guess that'll hold you.
You're hiding down here. I've seen his shadow creeping along the wall. What are we going to do?
We may have to fight for our lives. Where's that copper?
Outside catching cold, I hope.
Maybe the gal here knows something. She could have been slipped the satchel.
What's he talking about?
He has an idea that someone has a satchel full of money.
Now, you're not kidding anyone. There's 50 grand around here someplace.
There's also a murder to be cleared up.
If you don't stop talking about that, there's apt to be another one.
Now you're quite satisfied, no money's here, perhaps you'll untie us.
It's around here someplace, and you're going to stay right where you are until I find it. I've got the place to myself now. I can give it a real going over.
Afraid I'd overlooked this possibility.
I don't believe there's anybody else down here.
You can't tell for sure.
Well, it's all your fault. If you'd given me the keys to my car, I wouldn't be in this predicament. You've got to get me out of here. I'm going to find something to break down the door. Now let go! For goodness sake, stay locked up here down there with a murder.
Shut up or I'll bust you one.
But I've got to get away from here or I'll go crazy.
Look here. You're better off down here than you would be up there at the river.
hiding over there. Find out who that is. Come out with your hands up or I'll shoot. So you thought you could escape the gallows, eh? I'll make sure you don't try that again. Go on, get upstairs.
I'll have you free in a minute. Hurt you?
No.
Where'd that shot come from? Did you fire that shot?
I did not.
Alan, are you hurt?
No, darling. I wouldn't have been caught if it hadn't been for those two nitwits.
Andy, you going about your work.
Mr. Bradford, it wasn't my fault. I was locked down in the basement. I couldn't...
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you? Have you lost your mind again?
Dead better now.
Dead? That bullet was meant for me. Well, there's another murder for you. Go ahead and solve it. Maybe you can pull something out of the hat. Ooh. I give up. The sheriff can handle this to suit himself.
It stopped raining. I can leave now. Will you give me the keys to my car?
You can have them as far as I'm concerned.
I'll be happy to see the last of this place.
We'd better see the sheriff before you leave.
Yes, I will. You heard him. Give me my keys.
All right.
Now, look here, Sheriff. Maybe you didn't commit the second murder, but I've sure got you for the first.
But, Sheriff, you're making a terrible mistake.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Just a minute, Mr. Weatherby. You killed Tim Winfield.
No, that's not true. I didn't kill anyone.
You're going to run away and let young Bentley suffer for your crime.
If that's another murder, I'm going screwy.
Move over, Sheriff.
Who fired those shots? What goes on here?
Here's the man who killed Winfield, Sheriff.
Him? Why, I wouldn't suspect him of having the nerve to kill a rabbit.
Now, just a minute, Sheriff. Let me explain.
Shut up. What makes you think he killed Winfield?
The evidence was clear enough. Although it did take a little intelligence to unravel it. Also, he has the money. The other murderer is there. He was an escaped convict. Whitey Cole, who was after me.
Why did you kill Winfield?
I didn't mean to kill him. But when he took the money away from me, it was just as if he'd torn my heart out. You see, I'd gambled everything on that last chance to live, and without the money, it was useless. And as I sat there thinking about that, I got desperate. I picked up the footstool and followed him into a room where he'd gone to hide the money. I hit him as hard as I could. I wanted to hurt him, but I didn't think it'd kill him. And then I threw the satchel out the window, planning on picking it up when I could.
Mr. Bradford, you're hurt.
I guess Whitey has paid off. In full.
Thanks, Mr. Bradford.
I hope you'll both be very happy.
Thanks for watching the Baba Ghoulie Show by OTR Halloween Holidays. This is Waddle the Duck saying check out Channel Watch Waddle for some fun cartoons with no static.